Okay, so now let's take a look at the project. Now this is very much like the project. I changed the numbers so that you could do the project by yourself. But I'm going to show you how to do all of the questions in the project just with different numbers. Okay, so in this lesson, the part of the project you're working on deals with street signs and their area. So here's the first one. It says a school crossing sign has, pretend like it has the dimensions we shown here. The sign can be thought of as a composite figure of either a triangle or two identical trapezoids. So you can either cut it this way and make it a triangle and a rectangle, or you can cut it this direction instead and have two identical trapezoids. It's really up to you which one you want. Would you like to do two identical trapezoids or a rectangle and a triangle? I'll let you choose. Okay, rectangle and triangle it is. Okay, so we split it right there. So we have two different figures. We're trying to find the total area. We have a rectangle and a triangle. Okay, so for the rectangle, we do length times width. We can easily see right here our length is 28 and our width is 14. We do it, we get 392 square inches. Okay, now let's do the triangle. Now for triangle, we need 1/2 base times height. Well, we have the base. I'll put it in blue. The base of our triangle is here, right across the bottom, and that is 28. Okay, so far we have 1/2 times 28. The height needs to be this distance right here that's not labeled. But we know from top to bottom is 28, and this section of the rectangle was 14, which 28 minus 14 leaves us with 14 for the top half also. So the height of our triangle is 14, and we'll put that into our formula. Okay, so notice we just used the fact that it was 28 high, the bottom was 14, and that left 14 for the height of the triangle at the top. We go ahead and calculate those. 28 times 14 divided by 2 gives us 196 square inches. We're going to go ahead and add those together and we'll have our total area. So we have 392 plus 196. Gives us 588. Okay, first one done. We found the area of the crosswalk sign. Number 2 says, when we make these signs, they cut them out of a sheet of metal that's 42 inches by 98 inches, which each of these figures down here, those are their dimensions. Which of these drawings is accurate? They want to know. So I'm going to go back real fast and find the dimensions of our sign. It was 28 and 14. Okay, so each of the bottoms here should be 28, 28. This height is 14. This height is 14, and here in the middle is another 14. Okay, so looking at those, do any of them look like they actually work out? Do they actually give you 98 across the bottom is one thing. Okay, this one, if we had 28, 28, we get 56 here, and 2 halves, that would be another 14 and another 14, because those are half of a figure. They couldn't get a new one out of them. that only adds up to 84. Okay, so I know this one is not right. Okay, what about this one? What if you had 2 full ones and a half of a one of 14? Does that add up to 98? Nope, it doesn't. It adds up to 70, so it can't be that one. Okay, this one has 3 across, so 28, 28, 28, and 2 halves, 14 and 14. Does that add up to our 98 that we want? And if you add those together, you get 112 instead. So over here is our last option. It has 3 28s and 1 14, which does add up to 98. So this is an accurate drawing of what it would look like when they're cutting these out of a 98 by 42